We're here at the Games and Amusement Board office. I'm here with the chairman, Atty. Rivera. Sir, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pao. It's good to be interviewed by you.
It's a pleasure, sir. It's an honor. Sir, before I ask you anything about the reason I'm here, yung sports-related question, I want to ask you a personal question, if it's okay.
Please go ahead.
Sir, I just want to confirm kasi may mga nagpapakalat po that I filed an official complaint against John Casimero, the former 3-division world champion, Quadro Alas. Meron po bang official complaint na galing sa akin of any sort to GAB against Casimero?
Well, I can confirm that there is no such complaint coming from Pao.
Thank you, sir, para maliwanag. Pero sir, may nagsasabi na na-mention daw yung pangalan ko. Totoo na na-mention yung pangalan ko sa complaint.
Well, in one of the cases that landed at the Games and Amusements Board, there was a mention of the name Pao. But interestingly, the respondent said that he was referring not to the YouTuber Pao, but to some other person.
Okay. Sige sir, I'm not gonna touch on that. At least clear lang na wala akong official complaint. Kasi ako sir, I try to avoid that kasi I know sa social media maraming pa-hype, maraming sasalita, and we cannot be yung manipis.
Yes.
Kailangan lang din sa social media. But anyway sir, thank you very much for answering that. Chairman, first of all, thank you. I was witness kanina sa pagpunta dito ng ating boxer na si Jason Vice on his upcoming fight for world title against Oscar Colascio. I would like to appreciate your support to boxing. What was discussed, sirs, kanina sa meeting?
Principally preparations for the upcoming fight, and we're anticipating that our boxer Jason would be coming in at his best, and so we're hopeful that there will be another world champion from the Philippines.
We dominate, or we could dominate the minimum weight kasi yung dalawang champion natin, si Pedro at Jerusalem, they're both minimum weight champion. Sir, sa boxing, sir, consistent ang boxing naman dito sa Pilipinas. How would you say, since you came in as the chairman, what would you say is the progress of boxing in the Philippines, especially with the pagkabalik ni Manny Pacquiao? Ano bang nakikita nating development sa boxing sa Philippines, sir?
Well, in the Philippines, specifically in boxing, we are trying to bring more science into it because we've been competing against the best in the world. And the observation is that our boxers would fade in the later part of the fight. And according to those who are in the know, they're saying that the conditioning of our fighters and the science regarding nutrition is affecting the stamina of our boxers. And so the Games and Amusements Board is working with experts so we could bring up to par the performance of our boxers.
Well, actually, sir, that's a little bit parang ang alam ko supervision at saka ang GAB, but you also wanted to help sa training kasi in the past pati mga medical nag-help kayo.
Yes.
So how will that work? Is GAB gonna help with hiring conditioning coach to help with the training, or how does it work?
What we're doing now is that we have a budget for education. And we're using this budget to hold seminars. And we've already done one in Davao where we invited speakers, experts in nutrition and conditioning. We're already starting it, and hopefully it will bear fruit in the near term.
Wow, tama. Oo nga pala, sir, no? Education. Yes. At also, that's the same thing that I do. Actually, naisip ko bigla, baka I also wanted to help if you want to educate in proper etiquette sa social media and helping build up fighters dito. Especially in boxing kasi mas kilala ako dun eh.
Yes, Pao. In fact, we would like to thank you because in a way, you're making boxing closer to the fans. And we need more of that kind of reporting which would balance being exciting and at the same time being factual. So keep up the good work.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. Sir, a little bit controversial on this question. Now, since I'm with boxing, I also follow other sport. But it seems like basketball players wants to get into boxing these days. How is the office right now? It seems like yung mga basketball players din natin medyo nagkakarambulan. How do we prevent this, and what's the current situation of this? Ano bang mga sanction, if you can share, pag mga nangyayari itong ganitong sportsman?
Those who would, as you mentioned, basketball players who would like to go into boxing.
Lately kasi, sir, nagbabiral yung mga nanonood
we have our disciplinary proceedings, and in the past, we with great hesitation, actually revoked licenses of basketball players. I say with great hesitation because we know that this is their means of livelihood. And if you deprive a person of his means of livelihood, it's less like you sentencing him to the death penalty. So, but then rules are rules. So if they cause an injury intentionally and there's no excuse for it, then we would impose upon them a penalty that many could consider harsh.
If I may ask, sir, the recent one was against Sorella. Do you have any update that you can share?
Yes, number one, GAB immediately wrote to the MPBL and we asked them not to field Sorella pending the investigation. And when we requested MPBL to forward to us the records of their investigation. And then recently, we also received a complaint specifically against Sorella, asking that we conduct an investigation and impose the necessary penalty, if warranted. So that's the current status. And you'll be hearing more from us in the coming days.
Yes. Actually, sir, the GAB, I mean, you have a very wide scope, almost all, if not all of the professional sports.
Yes.
And with such complaint like this, what is the process? How long does it usually take? And for people, yung mga ordinary people, ba can complain if there's anything na nakikita nila na mali in the professional sports?
Yes, we receive complaints from all sources. Unlike in ordinary civil cases where only the affected party, directly affected party, could file the necessary complaint. Here in the Games and Amusements Board, we are liberal with respect to the standing of a party to initiate a complaint. In fact, there need not be a complainant. The GAB can, on its own, do an investigation and, if warranted, impose the necessary sanction.
Yan. Thank you, sir. Medyo mahirap kasi medyo malaki yung scope ninyo. You're doing the disciplinary, but you're also doing a lot of innovation.
Yes.
I don't wanna deal too much on the negative, but I wanna ask about the innovation. Are there anything exciting events or that GAB is doing for the sporting industry as a whole?
We're continuing actually with our program to bring more science into athletics, specifically boxing and MMA. And then we are also retraining, introducing or reintroducing familiarity of the rules with respect to boxing and MMA. So we have upcoming trainings for MMA and boxing. One would be end of August and the other one in September. So we're continuing to upgrade the level of knowledge of our boxers and those active in the sport.
Thank you so much, sir, for that. But do you have any events upcoming? I remember before you have like summits and anything. It's been a while that you haven't had any summit yet.
It's not. We actually thought of a summit that would be participated nationwide, but considering the issue on logistics, we're dividing it. There would be one, the one I mentioned in August here in Metro Manila, and then another one in Bohol in September, and then the month after that we will have it in Cagayan de Oro City.
Wow, hiwa-hiwalay na lang.
Yes,
Okay. And a few more questions, sir.
Yes.
We've noticed the growth of GAB in handling different kinds of sports. Are there any new sports, and how do you see the growth of pinakamarami pa rin ba yung professional basketball league natin? What's the biggest sports that's being handled right now by GAB?
Okay. If in terms of viewership, I don't have the exact statistics, but based on our observation, volleyball is actually gaining a lot of, let's just say, fans. And then esports. Esports, there are a lot of participants, and the prize money is becoming, let's just say, considerable. In fact, the champions in Saudi Arabia brought home millions. And considering that the players are still young, at a young age, they're already millionaires.
Yeah, they have license from
yes.
GAB.
So our message, therefore, to our fans is that there can be a future in sports.
Yeah, in different aspects. But in terms of, I guess the question, in terms of the manpower that you allot, which sport still takes up a lot of time of GAB?
Well, actually, they're about the same because for a boxing event, we send in our boxing officials, and then they supervise the event. So in terms of the number of persons that would be sent to an event, they're about the same. For basketball, for example, we send 2, but considering the number of events, basketball games, still the requirement, personal requirement would be about the same.
Okay. Sir, thank you very much. Maybe last questions and message to the Games and Amusement Board fans or followers and to the sporting community. What would you like to share to them?
Continue to be a sports fan, and for you to be updated, watch POW in action. And also we have our Facebook page.
Yeah.
You could also monitor developments, and our aim is to make our champions popular. We will be bringing them to the masses to serve as inspiration for the country.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, POW.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Powcast Sports. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.